Hi, I'm Carrie Kennedy with 1851 Franchise, and I'm here with franchise broker Michael Lorsch of M. Lorsch Consulting. Michael, what makes you successful as a franchise broker?
Carrie, thanks. That's a really good question. I think there are several things that I do that have helped me become a successful franchise consultant. First and foremost, my constant focus to provide my clients with exceptional service, guidance, and recommendations has really been essential. I believe that too many service providers in general and franchise consultants specifically focus on their income. I'm a bit different. I focus on what I call the desired outcome. And the desired outcome for me is to find my clients franchises that are the right fit to help them achieve their business and personal goals and objectives. I also focus on providing my clients with what I call my wow service. For example, I tell them that they can contact me anytime, which means nights, weekends, 2 in the morning, doesn't matter. And I will respond as quickly as possible, which is typically quicker than whatever they expect. Also, I don't sell. Instead, I like to say that I educate, guide, coach, and counsel them through their due diligence and the
Mhm.
franchise buying process. And finally, Carrie, I also believe that my sincere and candid consultative approach with my clients establishes credibility with them immediately. They trust me. They know that I want to genuinely help them regardless of the outcome.
Great. Michael, what advice do you have for people wanting to become a franchise owner?
Well, the most important thing is you need to do a very thorough, or they need to do a very thorough due diligence without shortcuts. They need to take their time. Don't feel rushed by the franchise company. Do not impulsively buy in. Have your significant other involved in the process from the beginning to the end, all calls or meetings or whatever. Be skeptical, be probing with your questions to the franchisor and their franchisees. Also, you need to speak with, I'd say, anywhere from 5 to 10 franchisees randomly. They don't have any vested interest whether or not you buy in. Also, you need to determine whether these franchisees that you speak with are generally satisfied with their business and the franchise. And if not, this certainly raises a red flag to walk away. If the franchisees are satisfied, prospective owners then need to determine if their own skill set and personality are compatible with what it takes to be a successful franchisee. And number two, if they'll be happy with the day to day work that's required. And lastly, and I see a lot of people fall short here before proceeding, it's definitely worth your while and the expense, which typically might be a couple of $1,000s, to hire a franchise attorney to review the franchise agreement and disclosure documents.
Great. Michael, what does winning look like for you?
Yeah, I think the most obvious one, well, in fact, I'll start with this. One of the most appealing features of being a franchise consultant is that it's just not simply a win win, but I believe it's a win 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 value proposition that we offer. So, for example, Carrie, if I introduce a client to a franchise that helps them achieve their personal and career goals and objectives that they move forward with, of course they win. Of course, the franchise wins, and I win as well, or the consultant wins as well because they'll be paid. But the other part of it, this is where I think most people don't look at this from the same perspective. Winning for me sometimes means helping a client decide that franchising or owning a business is not the right path for them. Owning a business is definitely not for everyone or the faint of heart. One of the tools I send to my clients to help them determine this is a proprietary personality assessment, which assesses their ability to be a business owner. And some people, based on their score, will be should really stay away from it.
Okay. What advice do you have for franchisors wanting your help on awarding more franchisees?
Well, probably the most important thing is to provide, first of all, us, but also the clients or prospective franchisees with up-to-date, pertinent information to help educate both us and our clients about their brand.
Mhm.
There's nothing worse than either not having any information or having information that's not up to date. The franchise website needs to be up to date as well with information that educates potential franchise candidates. Many times, unfortunately, what I see is, for example, today you can go to some franchise websites under franchise opportunities and they're promoting information, or you can see that it's dated 2017 or 18. And that's just, in my belief, not acceptable. So pertinent, up-to-date information is required.
Great. How can franchisors better communicate with you?
Well, when if we're talking about when my client is engaged with them, anytime they have a meaningful conversation or an email exchange, uh, they should be keeping us in the loop. And this needs to be done on a timely basis. And by the way, I also believe that consultants should reciprocate. And sometimes within the industry, we call that fricking, the frick and frack. So they communicate with my client. They should let me know, and I should do the same.
Great. Well, Michael, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
And Carrie, thank you for taking the time to ask these questions and let me respond accordingly.
All right. Bye-bye.